into that split squat, drive that back knee down, and that side bend. 5, 4, wide leg, come low to one side, and low to the other side. Low, come low, see if I can really work that core and keep that neutral spine. Welcome to Fitness to Function. I'm Dianne Laird, your trainer for today, and I'm going to take you through a full body workout. We're going to be using a flat band that can also be replaced with a dumbbell. And let's get started and take you through a little warm up here. I'm going to go into these high reaches, and when you reach up, I want you to pull down on that shoulder. Start working isometrics through that shoulder and getting some blood circulating through that shoulder. And at the same time, when you rotate to the side, take your hips with you and tighten up on that rear end and tighten up even through your calf, pulling that shoulder down and remembering your breath. A couple more here. That isometric gets that blood circulating through the muscles. And one more each side. And now going side to side. Ready? And rotating. Taking those hips with you. When you feel your belly bracing right here, every time you tighten that rear end, tighten that glute up, tighten those calves, really getting that blood circulating. And inhale and exhale. A couple more here. And one more. Now I'm going to go low. Wide leg, come low to one side and low to the other side. Low, bending at the knee, bending at the waistline, reaching as low as you can. If you can't come all the way down, no worries. Just come down to your calf. Pelvic right in, taking the rear end way back here, keeping the weight in the heel, and reaching across. 2 more. You know you're doing it right if you start going backwards. And inhale and exhale. Pushing through that. Pushing through that. One more each side. Alright, now I'm going to take you through a little row. We're going to warm up that back and your hamstrings. Pulling and kicking that heel to your rear end. Pulling through that row. Squeezing between those shoulder blades and pulling those shoulders down and heel to the rear end. What I look for here is keeping this knee in line with the other knee or even further back than the other knee. Make sure you're not bringing it forward when you kick. Keeping that knee back. 3 more. 3 and 2 and 1. All right, let's get started with our first exercise. Go ahead and grab your flat band. I'm going to take it underneath one foot. I'm going to show you the exercise first, and then we will start a timer and go for 45 seconds. You're going to cinch up pretty low on this because the movement is going to be when we're in the low position. I want you to turn your hand facing me and grabbing the band with your thumb down and going up. Cinching it pretty good. Otherwise, you will have a dumbbell in this hand. This is a reverse lunge with a side bend. I'm going to do the side bends when I go down into the reverse lunge. Also, a modification for this is instead of going down into that reverse lunge, you can stay right here and do your side bend from here. I don't even care if it's angled a little bit back. That's fine. It's angling back towards your heel, or you can stay in a split squat and do your side bend, or you can do the full range and come back into the split squat and we'll do the side bends here. What I don't want to see is I don't want to see this elbow bend. So make sure you have it cinched up where you have a good heavy dumbbell there that'll work for you. All right, ready? I do want to start with your feet just a little more than hip width so that when you step back, you keep your balance and you're not on a tight rope there. let's get started. Step back into that split squat, drive that back knee down, and that side bend. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pushing up on that toe and heel, right up. And here we go again. Dropping that knee down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and pushing up. And again, dropping down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and pushing up. And again, dropping down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and pushing on up. There's that timer. Let's get ready to switch to the other side. Other foot. Turning that hand toward me, grabbing it. The tail's coming out of that little finger, dropping that down. Feet about hip width. When you drop back into that reverse lunge, make sure you're stepping back in line with that hip and driving that knee down. This is the following. Weight is on that back toe and that front heel equally. It's like an elevator. Nice and straight, not coming forward. All right, ready, and let's get started. Driving that back knee down, and 1. Need to cinch it a little more. 2. Could have a dumbbell here. 3, 4, and 5. Pushing up. Equal weight, toe and back of the heel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and pushing up. And back. Dropping it there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pushing up and dropping down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Also, a modification to that would also be dropping down, side bend, and up. Just doing 1 rep of that. Okay, let's move on to the next exercise. This one is a wide leg deadlift with the band underneath the feet. Flat band, putting it onto the ground. Feet a little wide. I'm not going too wide, but a little wider than a hip width. Again, that palm facing me. Reaching down, tails are out of this little finger here, and coming up. Now with the deadlift, I want you to hinge using right where the crease is between your thigh and your upper body. That is a hinge, and your back stays straight, straight, straight. And that's all this is going to be, is the hinge with a slight bend in the knee when you hinge, and all the way back up. All right, ready? Let's go. Hinge and up. Hinge and up. If this isn't enough resistance for you, you can double this band. You can double your band and put it down. You can reach a little bit further down on the band. And once again, you can have dumbbells on this. Hinge, slight bend in the knee, and up. Hinge, slight bend in the knee, and up. Look at that straight back. See how far the rear end is back behind those knees, and up. Hinge and up. Hinge, working the rear end, working the backs of the thighs, the hamstrings, and a little bit of low back work all at the same time. And there you go. All right. Now I'm going to get into a squat. I may add a squat, but with rotation with the band overhead with the rotation. So getting that band equally and stepping 1 foot into the band and grabbing, cinching down on the band. Again, if you have a single dumbbell, you can be doing the same exact work with the dumbbell. You'll be going across the body in line from the hip to the shoulder. Or grabbing that band. You can stack your hands on top of each other here. I think, let's don't add a squat right now. Let's just do a rotation. Ready? Inhale and exhale. And let's start that timer. And here we go. Ready? All the way up. And I am rotating rotating my hips with me. Make sure that band is going to come out from underneath that foot. And you can add a little force here if you have a dumbbell. A little force even with this band. And if your shoulders bother you, you can come up into an uppercut. That's fine too. And all the way up and back down. And all the way up and back down. Rotating, and you notice how I'm staying centered over my body. A lot of times on these, I see everybody moving forward. Could be another move, but right now, this is what we're doing. Feeling that in the front shoulders and through the whole torso. All right, let's change sides. Got it. Hands here. Ready for that clock. 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Rotating and overhead. And overhead. I am taking my foot with me. Overhead. And up. And up. And up. Up. And rotation. Working through that torso. Working through those arms. Like I said, you can bend the arms, come into an uppercut. Whatever works here. That helps. Or you can even keep them right up next to you. If your shoulders bother you, you really cinch it up and keep it right up next to you. Whatever works for you. And up. And one more. Bam. Here we go. Now from here, we're going to go into a cardio move. We're going to set my band down for a minute. This is called rocking horses. It's a slight front lunge, front lunge, coming back. The front leg comes up and the back leg comes up. Up and back, and up and back, and up and back, and up. See how high you can lift that glute? Pushing that heel to the ceiling. See if you can feel the back of that thigh engaging here. Lift and up. Lift that back heel and that front knee. Lift that back heel. Oh, that balance. Usually we have one more challenging side than the other when it comes to balance. Lifting that back heel. And lifting that back heel. Almost there, almost there. Ready? Just a few more. There it is. All right. We're going to hit the other side here, catch your breath, recover a little bit. This will be the end of this set. We're going to go back to the top and do this set again and then move on to the next set. All right, ready? Let's get in position. Other foot forward, bringing that other foot forward, bringing that back heel up and front knee. Back heel, this side's a little more challenging for me. Had some injuries on my ankles, so it's just a little bit more wobbly when it comes to balancing. Keeping that belly brace though. Really keeping that belly brace. Pushing that heel up. And pushing that heel up. There you go. Rocking horse. And up. Kicking up. Knee high. Heel high. Knee high. Heel high. And one more. That's it. All right. Let's get back with that band. We did the split squat with the side bands. Let's get ourselves set up here. One foot underneath. Cinching, palm down. Facing me, thumb down. You remember the modifications? Modifications are step one foot back and get your side bend here. Make sure that belly is braced. Please just brace that belly in. Feel your tailbone push down just a little bit. Another modification is staying in the split squat instead of coming up from a lunge here and coming down and bending. And you don't have to do the 5 reps. Yeah, you can also just do one and come down. We're going into full range with a reverse lunge and the 5 side bends in the low position. Ready? Here we go. Feet a little more than hip width. Stepping back, dropping that knee down. And you may be able to go a little lower this time because you're a little bit more warmed up. And one more, pushing on that toe and that front heel. Ready? Push up. There we go. And dropping down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and up and back. Dropping that back knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and up and back. Dropping that knee. Driving that knee down. 3, 4, 5. Pushing between that toe and that front heel. And there it is. Let's change sides here. Remembering the modifications. Down. And here we go. Feet more than hip width. Other leg stepping back. Driving that knee down and sideways. Cinch it up a little more. 1, 2, 3. Stay nice and tall. Through that upper body and up. Stepping back. Driving that back knee down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And up. And driving back. What I see done incorrectly on these is raising the shoulder. And boy, do I understand that. I almost did it myself. And then also I see the bending with the arm. This is a straight arm the whole time. And pushing up, dropping that back knee down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and up. All right, let's go into that wide leg deadlift. Nice wide band. Wide flat band onto the ground. Feet a little more than hip width. Grabbing underneath, up with that hinge, and up. Start the clock again. Ready? Remember that hinge, reaching the rear end back to the back wall and pulling up. You can pop the hips a little bit, just want to make sure you come all the way up. Soft knees coming down, not too much of a bend, but it's more about that hinge and taking that rear end back. We want to work that rear end. We want to get a strong low back. We want to get strong hamstrings. Yes, we do. Bam, hinge, and up. There's that hinge. This is the way you're going to bend over and pick things up for the rest of your life. Once you learn that, there we go. Now we're going into the squat with rotation. Oh, I didn't have a squat, sorry. Rotation under one foot, both hands on that band. Maybe taking the opposite hand and kind of putting it on top. However, once in a while I feel like gripping it together. Here we go. Ready? Straight arms if you can. Rotating all the way up and down and up and down. Taking that foot with you. Taking those hips with you. Taking that heel off the ground, and you're still staying centered over your body. If your shoulders bother you, come up into an uppercut. That may help a little bit. Or you can just keep it right towards your body, cinch it up a little more, and you're still getting a good resistance through your trunk. And all the way up. And all the way, keeping those arms straight. And all the way up. All right, changing sides. Real life here, breaking sweat, I'll tell you. All right, here we go. Here. And let's go. And shoulders down, belly break, and reaching up. Oh, let's not tighten that rear end up when you come all the way up. Rotate, taking that foot with you. And like I said, this can be done with a dumbbell. Just coming up. You can squat to this if you want. And pulling up. And pulling up. And pulling up. Pulling up. And we good. Now we can go into that cardio mode, that rocking horse. Catching your breath for a minute. All right, 4, 3, 2, ready? Back and up, back and up, back and up, back. Pulling that knee up, lifting that heel up. See how high you can get that glute. That's where you're working here. Pulling that heel in that hamstring. That's what you can do. Whatever you can do, even if it's just a little ways up, all of it can be right here, and it's still working. However, I do want you to move from that glute, not just moving this leg. That's what happens. People bend the knee instead of using the glute. They start bending through that knee, and just flexing the knee instead of moving through the big body part. Just start flexing that knee. Okay, ready for the other side? All right, let's go. Yeah. Lifting it up. Lifting it up. Pushing that heel up. Pushing that heel. See if you can get that knee flexion at a right angle. Bending that knee at a right angle. Pushing it up. Pushing it up. A little more challenging on this side, a little more challenging on one side than the other. Typically, for whatever reasons that is, the muscle imbalance, the injuries that you've had, no matter what it is, almost done here. 5, 4, 3. All right, I'm going through that for 2 sets. Y'all are welcome to do another set of those, but I'm going to move on. I have a really short set on the next one, only 3 exercises, and then we're going to go down to the mat. All right, ready for a second set? I told you it's just 3 moves, or one of them is single-sided. First, it's going to be a sumo with a wide bicep curl. We will be using the band. So take that band, lay it on the ground, step wide. Wider than your hips. The bicep curl, I want to come out to the side for the bicep curl instead of coming forward. So if you choose to use dumbbells, you may need to use a little bit lighter weight coming out to the side. The grip on the band is going to be with those thumbs up. There. And a modification, the move is going to be coming down into a sumo, wide bicep curl, and down into a sumo, wide bicep curl. A modification can just be a little slight in a sumo and a bar curl, just taking the rear end back slightly, but do feel that belly brace. Don't want it to go into the back. All right, let's get started. We're going to stay down and do that bicep curl when we're in that sumo position. Ready? We're cinch up on this thing a little bit. Down and is that sumo, wide by curl. Down, by curl. Rear end's coming back on here, and by curl. Keep that belly braced. See if you can go a little bit lower, keeping those arms wide. And up, down, and up, down. Keep that by curl. In and out, holding position. Like I said, a modification is staying up tall and doing your bicep curl here instead of holding and doing it low. We're going to do 3 more because I'm telling you, that timer, we started a little late. Hold, and back curl. Second set, we're going to go lower on that one. Now we're going to do some tricep extensions. Folding that band in half and draping it across the shoulder. I can thank one of my clients for this one. I can thank my clients for a lot of moves that they show me online. They just modify them, not knowing they're doing it. Okay, opening up this fold and putting your hand, holding your hand flat in here. I like to keep my thumb out of it, but you can grab it with your thumb if you want. But we're going to take the opposite arm, come across the body. What I don't want to see is this wrist flexing all the way up on this move. So I actually kind of grab this band and get some grip work through it. Keep my wrist nice and straight and pushing down. And we're going to hold it for 5. And at the same time, you're going to take a leg out and hold. Holding out for 5. Okay, ready? Oh, I'm going to stop this and tell you one other thing. If you're using dumbbells, a little bit of a hinge here, those elbows high. If you want to hold, you may have to use a little bit lighter dumbbell. Okay, let's go. And go. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And back up. That belly is braced. 4, 5. You see how my wrist wants to flex? Keeping it straight, making it straight, getting a little bit of grip work out of this. And don't forget to breathe. Remembering that breath. And getting a little bit of hip abduction work and balance work. Holding. Down. You know, you can tap this foot down and up if you want. If you don't feel like you're getting enough balance. Okay, here we go. This thing is nice and flat. Taking it overhead to the other side. Feeding that hand through it, through that fold. Wrapping the other hand around. And grabbing it. And here we go, other side. Extension down. 4, 5. And really feeling that isometric work through that tricep. You want to make it a little bit tougher, take it up, depending on what kind of band you have. I do like the flat bands for a lot of this stuff. The tubes tend to dig a little bit more a lot of times into your skin. Feeling that belly brace, tightening the rear end, always, always. Gotta just keep all these muscles moving. We're working on so we can move through life with grace. Strength. And there we go. Now we're going to our cardio. For this cardio move, it's a squat and a tap your foot back. So it's a squat, tap back, squat, tap back. Please notice these squats, my rear end is coming way back. I'm not bringing these knees forward. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Also, if you're not into the whole squat thing, you can just tap your feet back. But make sure that belly is braced and your shoulders are down. Okay? Ready? Here we go. Squat, tap back. I'm trying to get some cardio out of this. So I'm adding a little speed here. Turn here. Make sure those knees aren't folding in. You want to make sure they're not coming together in that squat. And back. Remember the breath. Helps to bring those arms forward. Offset the weight. Trying to come down. Working here. Like I said, modification is right here. And there's your 45 outside set. Made it through. Now we're going to take it again. Bring it around to that set, grabbing that band, starting with that sumo, and the bicep curl, taking that band nice and flat onto the ground, wide leg, wide stance, wider than your hips, and grabbing onto that band, palms facing, coming down into that sumo. Remember this bicep curl is out to the side, not in front, out to the side. Okay, ready? And coming down in that sumo, holding that sumo, and bicep curl. Cinch it up. Okay. Down in that sumo, hold, bicep curl. Down in that sumo, hold, bicep curl. Pushing through those hips. Even down here, weight is in my heel. Pushing through those hips. And up. Inhale and exhale. Bicep curl and up. Down. Bicep curl out to the sides and out to the side. done with dumbbells, or you can stand and do the bicep curl for modification, or just a little bit of sumo. All right, going into triceps, folding that band in half. And taking it over the shoulder. Here. Getting that hand fed through. That fold. There it is. Opposite hand. Right up the shoulder. Get ready to press down. Here we go. And taking that leg out at the same time, hip abduction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and back up. 2, 3, 4, 5, and back up. Modification would be just stepping out and back up. You can even go out, in, or out, and back up. You can do 5 out, 5, and back up. Here we go. Almost there. And back up. We'll just balance here. Getting some grip in here. And one more. And here we go. Taking it over the head. Back down. Make it all flat and nice. Work with it. There it is. Reaching across the body. That hand here. Gripping. And here we go. There's some pressing down. Keeping that wrist straight. 2, 3, 4, 5. And back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And back up. Just tap out. Just practice your balance a little bit and back up. Just fine. All that weight on that same side is this tricep extension. Feeling that belly brace. Always feel that belly come in. Feel that glute working on both sides. The standing glute and the other glute from taking that leg out and back up. All right, now to the cardio segment. Ready? This is the squat with the tap back, or you can just tap that right here. Or we're going to do the squat with the tap back. All right, ready? And let's go. Squat, tap back. Breath, working it here. And then after this set, we're going to go to the ground, to the mat, and do one more set. Down on the mat. And you'll be done with your workout for the day. You'll feel good getting through this today. I keep wanting to speed it up somehow. Almost there now. Really getting there. And here we go. All right, let's get your mat, and we're going to go to the ground. Okay, starting our last set here down on the mat. I'm going to start with a row, taking that flat band underneath my feet and pulling in for a good row there. If you are using dumbbells, you may want to go down onto your hands and knees, or over onto your hands and knees, and pull. Go ahead and take that dumbbell and pull back. So for this one, my resistance band isn't that resistant. It's a pretty light resistance, so I am going to double it. If you have a resistance band that's a little more stiff, you can use it singly. All right, so grabbing here, I want palms down on this one. If you have shoulder issues or rotator cuff issues, go ahead and keep your palms facing each other, keep them close to your sides. Otherwise, I want your elbows to come out and really feeling that back engage when you take those elbows back. I want to make sure you're not going to arch your back, but I do want that chest nice and open. All right, ready, and here we go. And row, and pulling out, feeling your belly brace. engaged as well. Breathing, feeling that back, nice work through that back, we're nice and tall as we age, continuing this nice, tall, open chest, and strong back. Even sometimes I'll lean back and forward, and 3 more, and 3, and 2, and 1. All right, nice. Now we're going to go into a bridge, working the inner thighs, and we're going to squeeze the towel. I want the towel to be rolled up so it can be about the length of the top part of your leg. So I want to be able to squeeze it all the way with the whole upper thigh. All right. So you've got your towel. Let's go ahead and roll down. Let's see if when you roll down, if you can roll down with control. Arms up, eyes roll down. Just curving up the spine a little bit, coming all the way down, 1 vertebrae at a time. It's okay if you drop, but all together if you can roll down with control. Taking that towel and placing it between those thighs. I'm really going to pull my heels pretty close to my rear end, but if you've got knee issues and you can't, that's all right, you can keep them. I'm also going to be doing a heel lift and lower with this, and again, if your legs are out and it's more difficult to do the heel lift, just go ahead and come up and squeeze. Right here, I'll show you first. Coming up in that bridge, I don't want all your weight on your head. I want it to be into your feet. And coming up onto those toes, squeezing, 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 and lower. Up, squeeze, 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 and lower. Okay, there's the move. Let's get the time going. And get that towel set, and let's go. Up, heel lifts, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And heels down. Up, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. I want you to feel these muscles all the way up that inner thigh, all the way from the knee, all the way up to the groin area. Feeling that, you might as well get a little cable in there to work that pelvic floor. And yes, you did have a pelvic floor as well. Up, squeeze, 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 working it. We're almost done with this workout, so let's really get that in there, pushing through, seeing if you can open up, feeling some work through those calves. Gonna do 2 more. We trainers can always listen to the timers. 3, and 2. I said 2 more, we're doing 3, and here we go. And squeeze, 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 last one, tight, tight, tight. All right, come on down. That's really good. All right, next, I'm gonna take this towel, open it up, and roll it here. Right there. This is like a ball transfer to where I'm going to lay back, I'm not transferring the towel, but laying on back. So similar to a ball transfer, not exactly. Got my arms back and over my head. Your knees can be bent or straight on this one. But you're going to take those knees in, bring that towel all the way to your shins, and then you're going to take it back overhead and take your legs out. And come in and out. You can keep your head, neck, and shoulders down if you want. What I don't want to see is that back. I don't want you to feel your back arching. If your back is arching, take those legs up higher. All right, ready? Let's get going here. In. Challenge myself, come low, see if I can really work that core and keep that neutral spine. And out. You have to go higher. You can do a couple low and challenge yourself. And modification is just coming right here. Getting there, almost done here. I like to keep my head, neck, and shoulders up, but you don't have to. All right. We've got one more move here. Let's go ahead and roll up. One more move left. It's a Pilates move, a single leg, straight leg stretch. Single straight leg stretch. All right, rolling back to your back. Both legs up. Taking one leg down, I take my head, neck, and shoulders up, wherever you feel like doing. Pulsing, one leg, pulse, pulse, and switch. Pulse, pulse, and switch. Pulse, pulse, and switch. Ready? And let's get going here. Shoulders down, chin down, gaze is low. Pulse, pulse, switch. Pulse, 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 switch. Nice quick switch here. This is working the very low transverse abdominis muscle, low in the abdomen, head, neck, and shoulders. If they get fatigued, you can take them down to the mat. Keeping my shoulders low. Pulse, pulse, switch. Pulse, pulse, switch. Pulse, pulse, switch. If you can't reach your ankle here, you can grab your calf or your thigh, or you can even bend your knees. All right, go ahead and come on up. All right, awesome, you did it. That concludes our full body workout for today, and we'll see you next time. Good work.